totally unprepared for going live. That's what we're going to do, Hilding.
Okay.
In fact, that's what we're doing right now. We're live right now on the Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude channel. And I'm just going to take a second here. This is the hardest part, is I got to spend a minute setting everything up. But make sure you hit the thumbs up and make sure you like, share, subscribe. Welcome first-time viewers to the channel. At 7 o'clock, we will begin recording our show. Brandon Houck is just showing up. We got Hilding Donaldson here. We will begin recording the show at 7 p.m. with Frankie. So this is sort of the live stream of the recording session, if you are new to this. So Comedeorology, the show about how much the weather sucks in Canada. And I'm just setting up the stream. No, it is not made for kids. I'm putting a nice picture on there of Brandon. Hey, Brandon, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Hilding. He's not there yet. Hey, Hilding. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. Well, at least you're here. That's nice. Picture. Okay, cool. I think I'm ready to share that. Send the link around. Make sure everyone knows we're on here. You can always chat with us in the bottom corner there of the screen. Hit the chat, and we'll try to answer your questions. I don't know if we'll have either of our professional meteorologists on tonight, but that's okay. We toe the line between comedy and meteorology around here, and that's the whole point of the show. So here we go. Hit share on that. Get the link up. Get it around. Get people tuning in. That'd be really nice. So close, so close. Okay. You there yet, Brandon? No, we don't have Houck yet. He seems to be there. That's okay. Okay. I'm almost done sharing this around to everybody, making sure that everyone has the connections. And here we go. Okay. So this is a show about how much the weather sucks in Canada. I am your host, Joey Only. And the problem with the show about how much the weather sucks in Canada is it doesn't always suck. I mean, there's been some sucky moments for sure. But I mean, as of right now, there's very little going on in the world of weather. So that makes it hard to have a weather show when there's fuck all going on, right? But we're going to try to do that anyways because we're also here to entertain you a little bit, maybe, right? Yeah. So when we record the show, we'll be recorded for a broadcast version, 7 to 8 o'clock is when we do the recording, and that gets put on several radio stations, and we're looking for more radio stations. If you got a local college campus or cooperative radio station and whatnot, and you say to them, hey, we know a free show that is hilarious, and also on Rogers TV, maybe you can call your local Rogers cable channel and say, hey, we would like the Comedeorological report on your channel. So that would be awesome. We'd like to see growth here, and I just don't even know what that's like because we have lost Brandon, so he's not even here with us. Hilding, Hilding, you've been with the cows this week.
Yeah, we've got 8 or 9 cows out there, and it was 2 weeks early for us, but we've had exceptionally good weather for it. So like you said, the weather hasn't been doing much. That sucks. It's actually been really nice for us the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give you an example here of the weather not really sucking. Share this. Okay. Let me know when you can see this.
Yeah.
So this is current radar in the Caribou. Look at nothing. There's really nothing of substance in the sky. That's interesting, eh? Okay. Let's have a look down south. Got some delay here. There we go. Have a look down south. Oh, we got a tiny bit of something by Canyon Hot Springs there. Ooh. It's a little bit of cloud there. Maybe a flurry. I doubt it. We do have a special weather statement that expires in 8 hours down here. Low pressure system combined with cold front from the prairies to bring snow to the Elk Valley region. 5 to 10 centimeters has fallen in most locations. another 5 centimeters. So we're not talking a big deal. That's the only story in British Columbia right now, as far as I'm concerned. You know, other radar stations, nothing. Okay, so then we look at this. Warnings. What's going on in the world of warnings? Well, there's a flash flood warning in Texas here near Bellevue, Bowie. There's some storm cells there, I guess, that might cause that's in all of North America and Australia as well. That's the only weather warning for severe thunderstorms that's going on. So that's interesting. Special weather statements, there's a few. I got this guy here. Also in Texas, strong thunderstorms, penny-sized hail. You know, but up in Ontario, got a special weather statement. Here comes Hauk. Five to 10 centimeters of snow in southern Ontario. Can you believe that?
Mhm.
And over at Mom's place, just talking to Mom on the phone today. It's been a while. Hey, we got Mike from Winnipeg showing up. Light snow, 5 to 10 centimeters. So a little bit of snow in Ontario. That's, you know, that's all that's really going on right now for severe weather in North America. You know, that's quiet. It's pretty quiet. A flash flood warning, a couple special weather statements for thunderstorms in Texas, possibly some snow in Ontario, possibly a little bit of snow. Not even enough for a warning. Just a, by the way, it's a little late in the season. So I'm having this weird lighting thing. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's weird lighting. It's been a long time since I've had to account for the sun. It's bright out a little bit still at 6:42 p.m. Here comes Mike again trying to come in. We seem to have people are having trouble getting into the broadcast. So our comedeorologists are slowly showing up, and this is kind of when we kind of iron out all our issues anyways. So that's the good news. That's what we're here to do right now. Okay, so when we talk about, I'm just gonna cue this next thing up here. Slow start tonight, sorry, but share this. I better just make sure, I better just close radar scope because that'll slow things down. Okay, so here we go. What else is going on in Canada? 5 centimeters of snow in Alberta. Oops. 5 centimeters of snow. So that's not too far from Brandon. Maybe he's on the edge of it down there. But he's you know, might see a little flurry still there for Brooks. Snowfall warning. What's going on up here in Rankin Inlet sort of area? Blizzard conditions.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Mike. How's it going?
I'm doing well.
Excellent. Good to see you. How's Manitoba today?
Well, boring. Not a lot of weather happening. It's been in the minus single digits all day today, and I actually went out for a bit of a walk, and it was a bit chilly, but I'll take it. It's 10 years ago, 11 years ago, we had minus 50, minus 20, minus 30 degrees Celsius, so I'll take it. March has been abnormally warm, so if we have to get cold for a while, I'll take it over minus 40 any day. So
March in like a mountain lion, out like a
you guys can
mountain
hear
lion.
me. You guys can hear me okay though, eh?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. That's excellent. 5 to 10 centimeters of snow along Lake Superior, northern part of Lake Huron there. This is not a whole lot of stories. Look at these guys up in Gaspé Z sort of area. Winter storm warning, 5 centimeters. Like these aren't exciting storms. 10 to 20 centimeters. Oh, for these guys in Matane, and Temiscouada. Visibility 5 centimeters. So these aren't out here in Anacostia. Again, we don't know what a Costi is or why they're against it. 90 kilometers per hour winds. Maybe they're probably against that. They should call themselves anti-wind. 5 to 10 centimeters, 10 to 25, Corner Brook vicinity, Newfoundland. And nobody really lives up here, but 15 centimeters.
Probably about 30, 40, 50 people, maybe.
It's paradise.
Odd village.
Oh, I dream of that. 5 to 20 centimeters. Wells of 400 people. Way too big. Way too big for my taste. 10 to 20 millimeters of rainfall up there. So that's all that's going on, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy out there.
It looks like there's a blizzard warning or winter storm warning in Nunavut.
Yeah. Here are avalanche conditions. Nothing crazy going on.
It's weird they have ski hills in Manitoba, but they don't have avalanche information.
And yeah, ski hills in Manitoba. No
I'll be
crazy
right back in a minute.
It's probable that it's going to be fairly safe for people to go out in the mountains this weekend, right? So that's nice. Nothing crazy going on. I guess we're watching sort of this down here, but yeah, it's that kind of a week. It's just nicely sort of spring out there. A little bit of snow out there. This low, it's hammering pretty good. But all in all, we got nothing crazy to talk about. And that's nice, isn't it? Isn't it just nice to have a week where it's not just people aren't suffering unnecessarily? I feel everyone's pain.
Do you want me to keep my video on, or did you want me to
It's pretty important for TV broadcast to have faces. When we especially when we come to broadcast time at 7:00. That is key. That is something that. Hi, Shelley Selinsky. Good to see you're watching. That's something that Rogers wants. They want landscape as much as possible as well, as high def as we can. And I don't have. Yeah, you look fine. And I don't have high def tonight. And look at. You can see how gray I'm going. 45 in next month. I haven't shaved yet. I haven't cut my hair. I haven't gone to town and done the cleanup day. It's coming. But yeah, look at that stuff back there. That's woo. Someone's been in the mountain too long. That was funny. Last summer or last May, we got an early call for fire season, and it was worse than this, and I got up to Fort St. John, and when I got there, I spent quite a bit of time in the hotel and shaved the beard completely off, and then we got Gilbert's buzzers, and I buzzed my head off, and then I looked all nice, and I said, wow, I had to go to a wildfire to get cleaned up. Like, that's what kind of mountain man I am.
Ever watched the show Mountain Men on I think it's TLC?
No.
Or A&E?
Can't says I have. Is that like a bunch of Americans in the Appalachians there who sell moonshine and bullshit?
I can find out what it's about. I've heard about the show Mountain Men, so.
No, it never really crossed my mind to go looking for a show like that. They got one cool show on the History Channel that I wouldn't mind of watching more of was the Chilcotin Horse Show, Hilding?
Mm-hmm.
You know about that one? All those guys are rounding up them wild horse out there. And there's quite a few, man. And the verdict's mixed. Some of the cowboys say that they're, the vet bill you got to spend to get them horses healthy out there isn't necessarily worth it. And, they're pretty feral. At the same time, though, pretty strong genes, others will tell you, man. And, they're tough, them Chilcotin wild horse.
Mm-hmm.
It's
you ever see that video? Oh, go ahead, Mike.
In Canada, they're working on getting animal care, like health care, like for humans, for animals. Heard that in the news a while back.
That would be awesome. You ever see that video there, Hilding, when that wild horse come walking up on me?
Yeah, I watched that one a couple times. I love that.
That was awesome. Yeah, like, you ever see my mood change so fast? Because my sled had broke down, so I was just sitting there pissed off, knowing that it's going to be hours before I was just out of range. Basically, the other guys in the timber cruising crew, we were way out in the Chilcotin there, and so they kind of got the message. The track on my sled had separated. The sled's not going anywhere. Like literally.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay, yeah. Track separates, and sitting there pissed off. Turn around, look who come out to see me. That was nice.
Yeah, something like that. It really helps break up a day when you have a breakdown.
Yeah, then I was like, oh, I hope the guys don't come rescue me. It's an awesome horse here. Awesome horse here. So there's that. Yeah, wow, quiet. We're lacking Mark, and we're lacking all kinds of people.
Well, I saw over 100 geese fly over on Sunday afternoon, and you posted back on Thursday, and then I got notified on Facebook that I had posted the first geese that came in were on March 10th in 2021. So we're not that
Right.
far off.
Yeah, well, usually they just fly past well as if they show up here at all. Okay, here we go. I got something for you here. You've seen this, but maybe the good people in the world of YouTube out there haven't. 3 clips for tonight. Let's talk a little comedy and meteorology. Welcome to the show with Joey Only and Frankie, Hilding, Olivier, Chris, and Mark II, Brandon and Imogen, Stover, and you. We got the Weather Center of Manitoba, guys. Everyone is here to talk about skies. All of us are weird, and if you are weird too, maybe someday you can join our crew. It's the Comedeorological Report. Fires and tornadoes are knocking down your door. You've never seen a show like us before, so you'll turn us off, of course. Oops, I hit a wrong button on my computer. Let's talk a little comedy and meteorology. Welcome to the show with Joey Only and Frankie, Hilding, Olivier, Chris, and Mark II, Brandon and Imogen, Stover, and you.
Hello everyone, Mark Ingalls here in Portland. I'm on nights, so I'm recording this before the show. Not a whole lot to talk about today, mostly just some active weather in British Columbia is going to continue. That's going to be aimed more at the southern end of the province as low pressure systems head into Washington and Oregon. Maybe some snow getting in north of Prince George, but it's really going to be focused south of there. Some mountain snow in southern BC will of course be helpful for the snowpack there, which is probably near peak for the season, but this cool and moist pattern is going to keep it more of a slow melt out, at least into the beginning of April. And then the other big story is it looks like midweek we'll see a deepening low over starting in Colorado, and that'll track towards the Hudson Bay. Current models are showing it tracking through Minnesota and then into Western Ontario. That would produce a decent amount of snow for Winnipeg, but there's a chance that it tracks a little further west, which gets a little more warm air into Winnipeg, and that would put it right in the rain-snow transition zone instead of just snow. Of note, my dad, 2 hours southeast of Winnipeg there in Lake of the Woods area of Minnesota, saw temperatures down to -15 this week, which of course is quite a bit cooler than in Portland, where I'm enjoying cloudy skies, which is my favorite, and temperatures right around +15. So I will take my weather over his, and that's all I have today. So have a good one, everyone.
Holy fuck! Fuck, man! Yo, moi, mec, on peut pas sortir live! Non, 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 non!
It never stops being funny.
Yo, l'électricité a coupé! C'est clair, gros! Fuck, man! Hey, cachez-vous, là! On va dans le dos!
Yeah, the guy's sticking his head out the door there.
Fuck that! Si on est là-dedans, c'est clap, baby!
Poses in.
Bro, je sais plus quoi faire! Fuck, man! Fallait que je casse! Bro, c'est pas ton comme
What? Another one.
C'est pas ton comme de fuck! Non!
French guys screaming, a part of our heritage.
Yeah. French guys screaming, a part of our heritage. You know, Frankie's going to be here in just a matter of minutes. I'm going to set up the Frankie videos for after. French guys screaming, a part of our heritage.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. That was way too funny, man.
Mark here in Portland. I'm on nights, so I'm recording this.
I'm just setting up now for the, setting up for later.
Do I look better with just one light? I had like 3 lights on in my room, and I got one shining in my face, so I'm all lit up and glowing.
How does he look, Hilding? I'm looking at Frankie's videos right now to add to the show tonight.
Oh, he's in the kitchen.
Ah. Frankie's dad's new song, Space Junk.
I'm gonna have a look at some of the weather models while we wait. I got 2 tabs open on my computer, so.
Frankie, in a matter of 3 minutes, you know he's always punctual. He's always punctual. And
Is the first time he's been punctual, or is he like that all the time?
no, that's what Frankie does. He shows up, bam, at 7 o'clock. Loved it the first time he saw it, Shelly says. Yeah, that is so funny. Every time I can't not laugh every time I hear the way the French guy just, wow, fuck, man, you know, it's just so funny.
In
man.
French, too.
And it's so Canadian. It's, you know, that's like the most Canadian lightning strike video ever. It's some lodge out there. It's some French guys. It's just, man, you can't beat that clip. It's perfect. It's pure perfection. Pure perfection.
Before I go on, is there anything that I can do to change my background so I have stuff behind me, or is that green screen only?
Looks fine. It might be a broom there or something behind you. You might want to move. Other than that, the background's fine. And no, I don't really care.
Can I change the background on here, or is that only in Microsoft Teams?
I think you can change the background, yeah. Usually I have a broom behind me too, though, so it's not like, you know, and I got a dirty little wood stove. Yeah. Yeah, like we said, we're not Ryan Hall y'all around here, that's for sure. A little rough around the edge. But yeah, I mean, don't overthink it, right? That's the point. Don't overthink it. For the very
I found it.
Yeah, and the video options there. For some reason, my computer won't let me do it right now. I tried last week choosing virtual background, and it made just bizarre things happen. So I tried to use this one, and then I tried to use that, and it's something about my
your face is missing, and you're all colored.
Something about my computer just doesn't like it. I don't get it. And, it says I have to do something to. It says I have to do something, but I don't understand. So, anyways, we're not going to use that anymore. But that was used to be an option for me. If I use my laptop, it probably still is. 7 o'clock. Frankie will be here any second. I better just make sure he has the link, though. That's the one thing is in our group chat there, sometimes key information gets buried. So Mike is now a dog.
I'm using avatars.
There you go.
Fox.
Oh, maybe I can use an avatar too. First, I'm going to just double check that that's in the group chat.
I'm not.
Maybe.
Okay, that is so bad. I'm a cow now.
Hey, it's the cow episode, right, Hilding?
Exactly.
It's the cow episode.
Okay, I'll leave this on for a little bit then. And I'm gonna get Frankie laughing when he comes on.
Yeah, okay. I guess I can put like animals on my screen, but I can't. I can do things like that, but I can't do anything
A
meaningful.
cow in San Francisco.
I can't do anything actually cool though. What the heck is that fucking thing supposed to be? Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, here's Frankie. Okay, I got. How do I turn this shit off now? Yeah, that's horrible. Let's never do that again. And Frankie's here. Any second, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start hitting record.
I gotta figure out how to turn off this avatar. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna maybe leave the meeting and come back.
No, just leave it on for a minute. You there, Frankie?
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent, buddy. And he's outside. Okay, you ready? Ready to start the show?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Good afternoon, Prince George. Good afternoon, Winnipeg. Good evening, Kamloops. And hello, viewers on Rogers Television. This is the Comedeorological Report. Comedy plus meteorology, Comedeorology. It's the science that I invented with my friend Frankie McDonald 139 episodes ago about how much the weather sucks in Canada, and we keep growing as a show, like a little bit, you know. So we're not trying too hard around here, but we're happy to be here, happy to be on your radio dial on C for 88.7 FM, CKUW 95.9 FM. Those are in Prince George, Winnipeg, and in Kamloops 92.5 CFBX, Rogers Television, Vancouver Island. Right, this is the show, and Brandon Hauk's been having some trouble getting his video on tonight, but he will be here, I presume, shortly. Hilding Donaldson's here to talk about calving season. He's got brand new calves. Yeah, baby little calves are out there being born. So that's real nice. And then Mike from Weather Center, Manitoba. He's here to talk about Manitoba.
Hi guys.
Cookie Bailey is just showing up right now. So we do have her. Fantastic. And of course, the star of the show, the man, is Frankie McDonald. He's out there in Sydney, Nova Scotia. He's walking around right now being Frankie. Frankie, how you doing so far, buddy?
I'm doing great so far. My power got knocked out at 30 p.m. in Sydney, Nova Scotia, in the Winnipeg area, on the corner of Victoria Road and Brookdale Street. Car drove through the telephone pole, snapped the telephone pole in half, and I lost power. The power still up because they're working on the power on the telephone pole right now because a major car accident already happened.
Why did the guy drive into the telephone pole?
They don't know better. They're careless driving all over the world.
He don't know better. That's a great answer. Great answer. Good evening, Imogen. Welcome. Okay, Frankie. So talk to us about the weather right now in the world. There is storm going on, and it's like the only story pretty much anywhere in Atlantic Canada.
Supposed to be highways of heavy rain in Boston, New York City, Washington, D.C., and all across the entire eastern United States. The snow in interior eastern United States, like New Brunswick, Sydney, Nova Scotia is getting rain Saturday night and Sunday as well. In Halifax and Maine, New Hampshire, Boston, New York, and Washington, D.C. All the way down Florida, there's supposed to be a lot of thunderstorms and rain in southeastern United States right now, including Missouri. Then got more heavy rain headed from Missouri next week. Then it got some bigger storm heading towards central United States next week, including California and British Columbia and Oregon and Washington. They're getting lots of rain in British Columbia right now in Vancouver. Lots of rain in Vancouver, British Columbia right now, Victoria, Seattle, Portland as well. Down in Venezuela, lots of thunderstorms and rain going on right now. Lots of thunderstorms and rain, Amazon rainforest in Rio de Janeiro, and lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. It's really dry in northern Chile, rain in coastal areas of southern Chile, so snow up in the mountains of southern Chile, and lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in Central America right now. There's a big storm headed for England sometime on Wednesday next week. England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland. It's going to work its way down to Spain, and it's going to affect France and Spain and all those places, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and Netherlands, those places. Then lots of showers going on in England right now. There's a big storm headed for the United Kingdom, like England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and Northern Ireland next Wednesday as well. There's a big storm coming off goes to Japan this week, like Tokyo, Japan, Kyoto, Japan, Osaka, Japan, even Sapporo, Japan. Siberia is gradually warming up, like Yakutsk, Russia, Magadan, Russia. It's gradually warming up in Norilsk and Yakutsk, Russia. And Mongolia is gradually warming up because the Siberian high is weakening. It's getting warmer in southern China. India is going to get a dangerously hot summer next month. And El Nino's died, and La Nina is going to develop. They're predicting colder than average summer in British Columbia near area this year.
That's the thing, eh? I was saying already 2 months ago, like, hey, I know things are dry, but the change could start this year. Frankie, are you in your house right now?
I'm not in the house because my house still has no power because the car drove through the telephone pole, and they're working on the power lines. It's a major car accident.
So you are outside, but you're underneath something right now.
Yeah, and lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in Congo, DR Congo, Uganda, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Angola, and Botswana, Mozambique, Madagascar, Barrio, and Mauritius Islands right now. Lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in Northern Australia. Warm air, cold air fighting each other in New Zealand. But the daylight savings time ends in New Zealand, not this weekend, not next weekend, but the following weekend. The end of daylight savings time on April 6th to April 7th, 2024. Then it got total solar eclipse heading for Sydney, Nova Scotia on Monday, April 8th, 2024.
Well, there's Frankie. He's in the dark and he's cold because someone went driving into a pole. So for all you, if you are out there watching this show right now, driving around, just like to ask you not to go driving into poles because you could, cause power outages for people and things like that. Think about others, right, Frankie?
Yes, don't drive to the telephone poles.
Yeah, don't go driving into telephone poles, friends, especially this weekend, Nice. It's like Easter. Is it the Easter this weekend?
Not this weekend. It's Palm Sunday. Then next weekend is Easter, and the weekend after that is total solar eclipse.
Okay, well, if you're going to drive into a pole, I guess this weekend would be better than next weekend.
Then you got total solar weekend after Easter. Then you got total solar eclipse Monday, April 8th, 2024 at Sydney, Nova Scotia.
I'm so sorry I won't be able to make it, Frankie. It's just not financially feasible whatsoever for me to go further than Quesnel much. But it's a good place to get groceries, Quesnel. I like things about it.
It's Brandon heading to Sydney.
I don't know where Brandon is. He was trying to get on the show twice, and then he's just evaporated. I had some updates I had to add to my computer today, so maybe the update chaos has got him. I don't know. Who's got questions for Frankie McDonald here on the panel?
Frankie, you referred to a cooler than average summer for BC. I would have to add that I agree with you. I'm looking at climate analogs right now from 1973, which is similar to the 1972 El Nino, and La Nina was that summer. And July looks like there's a lot of systems parading off the coast of BC into the west coast. And it does put the jet stream a bit further to the south in BC. So it's possible that your outlook might turn out, and you're an awesome at forecasting. So I don't disagree with anything that you bring up. It's awesome to have you on here. I just wanted to ask, what do you think about your part of the country, Eastern Canada? Do you think they're going to get more snow? Because it's like April, sometimes early May they get snowstorms, nor'easters. Have you had any?
And what about Southern Newfoundland? Gander, Newfoundland had a lot of snow in the end of June 2018.
And it's June 2018. And Mike McGregor there, Weather Center Manitoba. It sure looks nice there in Manitoba right now.
That's just the background I have. I'm kind of tired of the winter weather, so I just wanted to make it look like I'm in Hawaii. I'm hoping that it's like nice like this in the summer months.
Well, with climate change coming, Lake Winnipeg
Brandon,
too. Have
there's a
palm
total-
trees someday.
Brandon, you might be heading to Sydney on Monday, April 8, 2024 for a total solar eclipse.
Brandon Hauk has just showed up.
Yay! Brandon's here. Let the party begin.
He won't talk to us, but he's smiling. So that's good.
Oh, yes. I'm here.
Aha. Can we get you to go to landscape?
Total solar eclipse heading right for Sydney, Nova Scotia, April 8, 2024.
Yes, Frankie wants to know, Brandon Hauk, if you are going to Sydney, Nova Scotia in 2 weeks.
Sydney, Nova Scotia in 2 weeks. Oh boy, I have to shovel myself out by the time I get there, so I can go there.
How you doing tonight, Brandon? You having computer issues or something going on today? Is it update day on everyone's computers?
Big time computer issues at this end. All day today.
Ah, I did see something about that on your radio.
One of the social media are down all over the world.
And it was yesterday, earlier this week.
Mark Ingalls says it looks like you're at Lake of the Woods, Mike. In like 40 years, in the climate change.
Yeah, maybe in 50 years for Lake Manitoba.
50. Could you imagine? There's palm trees in Vancouver, kinda. In Victoria. There's palm trees in Victoria, right, Imogen?
I kind of want to make it a summer vibe here. Everyone's tired of winter, so I thought bring summer in, make people smile. That's my kind of motto, is make people smile as much as they can throughout the day, or throughout every day, trying to make someone smile.
Yeah, there's quite a few here. We are weirdly
There we go. So that's what it looks like outside Wells right now. It's very low snow for us. Very low snow.
It's too dark where I am. You guys won't be able to see outside. Most of it's starting to melt, so.
Anyone got questions for Frankie McDonald? Frankie, the weatherman.
Okay, what's your opinion on Ryan Hall, y'all? Frankie, would you consider that he's got some cool weather videos? I'm just asking because we had a discussion about this earlier.
Things like this. And did you hear about this? Introduce a new radio show, Cornbread and Honey radio show on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time. That's 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Cornbread and Honey radio show
Where's that show out of, Frankie?
in Missouri.
Ah, Missouri. Right. Anyone else got questions for Frankie tonight?
What's the weather highlight of the week, Frankie?
Right now, it's supposed to get lots of thunderstorms and rain all across eastern United States. Southeastern United States, like Florida, is supposed to get a lot of thunderstorms and rain. In southeastern United States, lots of rain in Vancouver, Seattle, and Victoria, and all these places.
So Frankie, if you're just tuning in, he's in the dark because someone went driving into a pole. Frankie, why did they go driving into a pole anyways?
They don't know any better.
They don't know any better than pole drivers.
People used to do that, a lot of that in Elmwood when I lived in Elmwood.
Just going around
Every
driving
week.
into poles.
And it's very windy in Sydney, Nova Scotia right now because it had rain earlier today and drizzle. That the rain has stopped. It's dry, cold, windy in my area right now.
Do you think the rain had something to do with him driving into poles? He's just like, I can't take
No.
anymore.
It's just careless drivers.
Just careless. Just driving into poles careless. All right, Frankie
That's,
McDonald. We will come back to look at, we got a couple of your Frankie McDonald videos queued up, and we will watch them in a little bit time. So everyone stay tuned for more Frankie McDonald videos and analysis of his own videos from Frankie McDonald right there. Brandon Hauk out there in Brooks, Alberta. It's good that we have you. I was getting worried there because we don't have a Brandon Hauk. It's like, what do I do for 10 minutes?
I could always fill those 10 minutes in if you have problems in your computer. ever have problems on your computer. I do weather analysis too, so.
Yes. We might have to lean on you sometime. You know, we got some good weather people, but none of us are Brandon Hauk. Brandon Hauk report. Brandon Hauk report.
Brandon Hope report. Yes. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I got a lot of my stuff written down, which is good because now I can I think this thing's loading up here, so I might be able to hop on. I might be able to jump from here to there in 2 seconds here.
Well, you look good there. It's like it's a different
I
angle
know it
for
looks really
change.
good, but I can't hear a damn thing on this. So
Ah,
I have to creep up to hear everybody because this new Zoom thing is different. So when it's up over the speakers, it's really nice. I can hear everybody. So that's the thing. But anyways,
so what you're telling me is
I look and I
you're a
sound
professional. What you're telling me is you're a professional radio man, and you're very used to doing things in a way that is logical and makes sense to do them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty soon you're gonna see two of me hop up on here, so it's gonna get really weird in a minute or two. But I'll break down.
That's not enough Brandon Hokes for me.
Oh, two of me? That's a dream come true. Just to have two of me hop up on screen and talk to each other here. So
okay then.
Anyways, we'll talk about the weather, the wild weather we've had. And the other thing is with this landscape thing on this phone, the camera's over here, and I have to slant over here and there, so it's messed up. So I look like I'm messed up, but I'm not. So Brad Houck doesn't. Oh, I know. Well, thing is, I don't have any. I did see Mark's comment pop up on my screen, and I haven't found any. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right, we're gonna have two of me in 5. Oh boy.
Recording in progress.
Here we go. Okay, I gotta turn
one person off. All right. There we go.
Woohoo! Psychedelic Brandon Houck report. Okay.
This is the best Brandon Houck report ever. It is.
Where's your face?
My face is coming soon. I can turn my on.
It's what
which
soon?
Will be. I did click. I got it. Okay. This is radio for you. Woo! Live.
Reminds me of me when I do my radio shows.
Let's see what you're gonna say there, Blanky.
Anyways, I guess we do need me to continue talking.
Yeah, we still don't see you, but yeah, should we come back to you, Brandon?
I can talk. I gotta come back.
Okay, well then let's do it. So then what you do is like mute the one, or turn down the volume on the phone.
Okay. I'm gonna turn this down so I can't hear it. Okay. Now, where were we? Yes, we were talking about I think everybody can hear me on here. Everybody hear me on here?
We can kind of hear you.
Like an angel, Brandon. Like an angel.
Okay. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Okay. So we had the very warm temperatures through the weekend. Matt is weird looking at me twice here. Okay.
Okay, mute one. Dude, mute
warm
one.
temperatures over the weekend. Temperatures reaching 20
Brandon,
degrees.
you know this. You work in radio.
Getting really close to 20 degrees.
Mute one.
This is awesome.
There's that.
Oh, pull this up over here. So
20 degrees.
20 degrees, absolutely lovely.
Great
Great
temperatures.
temperature.
I'm not sure this is working.
And
We had the snow moving in.
Huge one.
That was awesome.
and
at
at least
10
to 20 centimeters of snow.
Oh,
Oh, about
I
18
don't think this is working, Brandon.
at least. And now
we're
we're
going to
going to see another round of snow moving in, especially as we get towards the weekend.
Early next week,
as
we'll
well,
be dealing
we'll
with
be dealing
that,
with
area of patch
area
of
of
snow accumulation.
This isn't working at all, man.
Saturday, Sunday, another 5 to 10 centimeters of snow to go.
So,
yeah, that's
what
we're going to be expecting for the
You
next
gotta turn one of you
days
off here.
now. Yeah, so apparently in California.
Okay, maybe, I think he's got to probably start back a little ways because we were
stealing
hearing
$1,000 worth of gum. So she tried to hide from the police by sticking herself under a bench. That's how we do it. That was probably the worst weather report ever, but there it was. Right there. Two of me on your show. Have you had enough of
you muted
Brandon so far?
You muted the wrong one.
Brandon, we only had one on at the end, so
what have you done, Brandon? Okay,
what have I done?
Hit the other one.
We didn't understand a word you said, man. It was.
You are a professional radio host.
I'll do that.
You do this full time.
Now, this is
every day of the week.
And running.
Every day of the week.
There.
You monster.
So, do you need me to start again?
Camera, hold on. Your other camera, it's way more clear, better color, and better sound. I don't know why you're on this one. The one you're on now is horrendous. Your other camera had you framed perfectly, perfect lighting. You looked amazing. Your sound was great, and now you're on the terrible one. What is wrong with you?
The sound is good on this one, but the image is good on the other one.
I would pick the one that works the best, and the one that you had close-up view of your mic work better. I don't think the one with the full view of you on the screen worked.
Oh, yeah. Well, there.
Anyways, so you had more weather than you had snow, Brandon.
Yep.
And then a girl hid under a bench or something, I think I heard you say.
Oh, yeah. California woman arrested for stealing $1,000 worth of gum, and she tried to hide from the police by sticking herself under a bench.
By sticking herself under the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
So much setup, so much technical nightmare for that punchline. I love you for that. That ordeal was amazing, and I adore you for it.
Who steals $1,000 worth of gum anyway?
Huh? They like chewing gum.
I guess so, eh?
Someone trying to win the lottery, except trying to win the lottery through gum.
The gumdrop lottery there. Yeah. I mean, people stole. One. What was it, like 250, like $300,000 worth of maple syrup or something crazy in Quebec years ago? So, people steal weird things sometimes. They really do. So I guess that's the Brandon Houck report, kind of. Now we can hear you.
The best Brandon Houck report ever.
You seem to be, now that we can hear you, you seem to be done.
So okay. Just imagine if power went out in every single country in the world. Every customer on the planet got no power. What does that mean?
What if everywhere people went driving into poles, Frankie?
What happens? The whole world got their power knocked out, the whole planet.
That'd be good for the environment.
What does that mean? Then it'll be the Dark Age.
The Dark Ages. It could happen. We could have an electromagnetic pulse from the sun that could just go just like that, Frankie.
The sun running into the poles?
You could have the sun running into a pole.
Or a sudden pole shift or something that may trigger, like, nationwide problems.
Cars
I
running
see
into
that
poles
happening.
and making them shift.
What about the blackout in 2003? The whole eastern United States got no power.
Yeah, apparently people in Toronto went outside and looked up and saw the stars for the first time ever. And they're like,
That's
"Wow,
typical.
I don't hate
We see
everybody
that.
so much anymore." They
Sorry
said.
for interrupting. I'm gonna work on that.
That's okay. I don't hate everyone so much anymore. Look at what were you saying, Mike? Mike, let's go to Mike. Mike, how's the weather in Manitoba this week?
Well, I hope you guys are well. This is just my background. I really wish that it was like this in Manitoba right now. It's been brutally cold the last few days. Last night we went down to low -22 in Winnipeg with the wind chill. And it looks like this weather pattern's not going to change for at least the next 5 to 10 days. I saw the instant weather app and doesn't look like we're going to get up to above zero for daytime highs at least for another week or two. And there was also, I hear rumors of some snowstorms happening in southern Manitoba and northern plains. Not sure how that's going to pan out, but I saw one of the latest models is hinting at it flipping southeastern Manitoba. And then for, I don't know if the GFS, he said that gives fall snow. It's hinting at another snowstorm after that with another 20, 30 centimeters of snow. It'll be awesome for our moisture levels because it has been a very, very unusually dry year this year in Manitoba. And Justin isn't on with me today, so I'm just looking over some of the latest info. And if we get this snow, it'll be really good because our soil moisture levels, especially southwestern Manitoba, are running well below normal. And it would help our crops. But I think the cold air may win out on some of these systems. So that means they bypass to us to our south and they get more snow down there. Either or, I am looking forward to a spring that could have more rain in Colorado lows. I joined WeatherLogic's summer outlook, and they're showing above normal precipitation for the summer months for a majority of southern prairies, and above normal temperatures, and a good setup for Colorado lows. So my hope is that as we get into spring, we'll have a wetter transition. It's just right now we have literally only about 5 centimeters of snow on the ground, and there's lots of melting. It's been very icy the last couple of days. If anything, with the number of ice incidents we've had, there's been like our backyard right now. It's so bad that we put an entire thing of ice melt down and we ran out and it didn't even melt our ice. So like it's been unusually wet and rainy winter. We had more rain this winter, which has contributed to I think the ice buildup. So my hope is that in the next month or so we get the warmth we've been looking for. I'm just looking forward to next winter because it's been very, very dry this winter. So
And that was Mike McGregor from Weather Center, Manitoba, talking about the first ever hurricane warning for Winnipeg.
First ever, maybe Colorado low outbreak. That's what I would call it. Like more Colorado lows on the way. So Colorado low outbreak. Sorry, I'm horrible at making up weather names, but.
So volcano warning for Dauphin. You heard it here on the Comedeorological Report. Okay, I'm being funny. Mark Engels actually showed up because we're doing such a bad job. It's so much anarchy here. He had to come set us straight. Mark, how you doing? And we got Hilding still here. We got Imogen still here. We got lots of people to talk to. And I think it's just one of them are here each.
Mark Engels is heading for Arkansas for a total solar eclipse Monday, April 8, 2024.
Yes, that's right. We're flying into Tulsa and then driving to my family's house. That'll be fun.
Mark, what is your thoughts on the solar eclipse? I heard that Manitoba and it could be you can see it, I guess, as far west as the Canadian prairies and east as Ontario. Is that true?
Well, you'll see. Can you hear me? Nobody's confirmed this. I've never done
We
this.
can hear you, actually.
Okay,
Can
great.
hear you.
Okay, so you'll be able to see a partial eclipse. The path of totality is something like 120 kilometers wide or whatever. So that's going to run from like Acapulco and then somewhere near Dallas and
through Arkansas and then up towards Frankie over there. So you're not going to see totality, but I mean, if you're able to go outside and, Brandon Houck might even be able to see it twice, depending on how his setup is going.
And did you hear about this? Then they got the, and they remember that Gary and Dino show is going to be in Texas for the Total Solar Eclipse on Monday, April 8, 2024. They said so.
Gary and Dino, I really like those guys.
I've got a coworker. His name's Garrett. He is flying into Denver for the solar eclipse and then driving to like Texas or something. And I was like, why don't you just drive from Portland? Like, because he's trying to get this huge camera, and for a while he was trying to get a telescope down there too. And I'm like, seriously, just rent a car here and then drive down. But yeah. Well, I thought I would come in and I just couldn't miss the opportunity. Like, Brandon House never heard of Bluetooth speakers either, apparently. It was good. I really hope that all of that makes the radio cut. Like that's my week. Is that it's just chaos for like 2.5 minutes, and then it ends with Brandon House really clearly saying something about a woman under a bench.
That is so true.
It was gold. It was gold.
Well, I'm not going to give a forecast tonight. You've got my video, but I got to get back on the desk. But I really just could not pass it up.
And that's Mark Ingalls talking about NASA's warning of supernova. Yes, the sun might explode any day now, so take cover.
Yes, that's what I said. You heard it from me. Also, you heard it from me. March Madness, Gonzaga, and WSU, they're going to the final, even though neither of them are first or second seed.
There we go. Hilding Donaldson, how many calves were born during Brandon's technical flubs?
I don't know if any have been born in the past day or two, but we have, I think, 9 on the ground now. And they all seem to be really healthy. We've had real nice warm weather. And incidentally, every one of our calves has a curly-haired white face, and none of our cows do. And none of our bulls do either, which means that
the neighbor's cows, neighbor's bull's been jumping into your yard and sleeping around, eh?
Yeah. So, but thankfully, we've had this warm spell, and the calves have all done good from this cycle. And starting April 1st, we'll have calves from our own bulls then.
There you go. Can you imagine? The bulls, they don't care. You'd have to think that's kind of a good genetic trait if it just goes jumping over fences. You're like, well, that's a strong animal.
They issued updates to every single computer on the planet.
Every single computer in the whole wide world, Frankie. Every single computer.
I have some interesting stuff to talk about. I know you guys are talking about weather patterns, but I don't know if you ever heard of the Arctic oscillation. There's a correlation between weaker jet stream winds when the Arctic oscillation goes negative and stronger jet stream winds when it goes positive. This latest cold outburst has contributed to a weakening jet stream around the Arctic, which is allowing that polar vortex to go south. And just had a look at the latest indices, and it does look like it goes strongly, -1 or -2 next week into the first week of April. So it might be cold for the first couple weeks of April, especially areas where the polar areas.
So be careful. It might be bad for the palm trees. Imogen Cookie Bailey. How's things in Victoria? How are you doing? You've been very quiet. Associate producer Imogen, how is the show doing? How are we doing? How are you doing?
It's business as usual here. It's apparently everyone else is getting frozen and snowed on and dumped on and left freezing cold and moist with that chill that gets right to your bone. But we had sun here. It's shorts weather. It's spring. It's summer. It is tropical and beautiful. Somewhat cloudy and a little drizzly at times, but there were people out in their shorts and walking around barefoot enjoying the sun. That's been my week here. It has been uncomfortably warm, so you guys can keep all of your snow and misery, and I will keep my palm trees in tropical weather and strange mutants living in the ocean here. Although apparently we did have comfortably around 1,000 earthquakes just off the coast here very recently. So scientists are currently thinking that the ocean floor is going to tear open. So it's not great. My island might get swallowed by the ocean and by the Morlocks. I'm going to go play patty cake with some Morlocks. That's what's going on here.
The Morlocks.
Right?
This is crazy. In Johannesburg, South Africa, they
Yeah.
have no water. They've had a failure in their water system and dry weather, and they're going weeks now without water. They're trucking in water. There's millions of people without water. No drought officially declared. I mean, this is a crazy story that's going on. Frankie, do you know anything about the Johannesburg water crisis?
It's really, really, really bad right now.
It's really bad.
And I also heard some places in the States have, not the States, but Rio de Janeiro just the other day, they got up to 62 degrees Celsius. Can you imagine being in that kind of heat?
You know what's also bad is someone went driving in to a telephone pole there in Frankie's neighborhood. Frankie, are you ready? Are you ready to watch the Frankie videos this week?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Frankie videos. We also got, even though Mark showed up, we do have his short forecast clip. We got it all right here for you, everybody. So I'm going to set this up to go right now. You guys see Frankie there?
Yep, I see him.
Okay, let's go.
This is Frankie McDowell, my own team station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Major snowstorms head towards Calgary, Alberta on Wednesday, March 20th, 2024. It's going to bring up to 15 to 20 centimeters of snow in Calgary, Alberta. It's also going to hit Canberra, Alberta, Banff, Alberta. It's also going to hit Brooks, Alberta, and Medicine Hat. It's going to work its way to High River, Alberta, including Airdrie, Alberta, and Lethbridge, and those places. Going to bring a lot of snow, blowing, drifting snow, reduced visibilities, dangerous and treacherous traffic conditions, and streets, roads, highways, and Trans-Canada Highway will be snow covered. There'll be snow drifts, blowing snow, drifting snow in Calgary, Alberta, surrounding areas, including Brooks, Alberta, Medicine Hat, surrounding areas. I want every single person in Calgary, Alberta, be prepared, because it's going to bring a lot of snow in the city of Calgary and surrounding areas as well. It's going to bring a lot of snow, blown snow, drifted snow, howling winds, reduced visibilities in Calgary, Alberta, surrounding areas as well. People in Calgary, Alberta, be prepared. Have your winter boots ready, winter jackets ready, hats and gloves, scarf and ski pants is ready. Order your pizzas and order your Chinese food. Buy cases of Pepsi, buy cases of Coke. Do your grocery shopping. Don't wait till last minute. Do it right now. Make sure you have your smartphone, cell phone, laptops, tablets, charged. Have your 3G, 4G, 5G, and LTE ready as well. When you drive a car, take your time to drive a car, slow down so you don't get in a car accident. When you go for a walk, be very careful walking to adults will fall. Make sure if your furnaces and heat pumps are ready, turn on your furnace heat pumps to keep those warm. Drink lots of green tea, white tea, red tea. Drink lots of green tea to keep you warm. Have for extra blankets ready to keep you warm. So make sure if your shovel, snow scoop, snowboard, snow plow, soft trucks ready as well. If anybody living in Calgary, Alberta, be prepared for a major snowstorm on Wednesday, March 20th, 2024. Take care, stay safe. Don't get caught in a major snowstorm. Stay warm and be safe.
You nailed that one, Frankie.
Hey everybody, here's my update on the world tour. For my world tour, when I travel to every country in the world, I'll be going to indoor venues and outdoor venues. I'll be performing on stage, I'll be dancing on stage, doing speeches, and I'll be doing comedy skits on stage. I'll be traveling to every country in the world: Canada, United States, Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Nigeria, and El Salvador, and Panama, and Costa Rica, and all those countries. I'll be traveling to every single country in South America, like Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, Chile, Brazil, Venezuela, and Argentina, to perform on stage as well. And when I travel to every country in Europe, and I'll be traveling to every country in Asia, including India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, including Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. I'll be traveling to Taiwan, I'll be traveling to Japan and South Korea, and all those countries. And I'll be traveling to every country in Africa too, to perform on stage in every country in Oceania, including Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, New Caledonia. Now we're traveling to Mozambique, Madagascar, La Réunion, and Mauritius Islands. Now we're traveling to Fiji Islands to perform on stage. I'll need an agent, I'll need sponsors, I'll need sponsors, and I'll need an agent, I'll need a professional translator, I'll need a pilot, I'll need a private airplane and things like this. I don't need a private jet. I'll be going to every country in the world performing on stage. I'll need lawyers, I'll need accountant and things like this. I'll be going to every country in the world. People have to pay at the box office to go see me on stage when I travel to every single country in the world for my world tour. I'll need logistics and I'll need a catering and things like this. I'll need everyone when I travel to every single country on the planet Earth. I'll be traveling to all over the world, every country in the world. I'll be performing on stage, dancing on stage, doing speeches. I'll be doing comedy skits on stage. I'm Frank McDonald. Hey everybody, it's Frankie McDonald. My dad, Frank McDonald, made a song on the SoundCloud. The latest song is Naturally, and the song before Naturally, he made a Space Junk. My dad made those two songs. He did great. And my dad wrote his own lyrics. He played guitar all by himself. He made two songs. Naturally, that's his latest song. And the song before Naturally is Space Junk. My dad, Frank McDowell, wrote his own lyrics and mastered his song and played the guitar all by himself. My dad's keep making great music all the time. My dad, Frank McDowell's making a lot of music at all times. He's keep making music nonstop. My dad is a great musician. He's making a whole lot of music himself. He's keep on writing songs. He wrote his own lyrics. He writes his own lyrics. He's making a lot of songs himself. And my dad, Frank McDowell's latest songs Naturally, and the song before that is Space Junk. Give it a listen from Frank McDowell.
Hello everyone, Mark Ingalls here in Portland. I'm on nights, so I'm recording this before the show. Not a whole lot to talk about today, mostly just some active weather in British Columbia is going to continue. That's going to be aimed more at the southern end of the province as low pressure systems head into Washington and Oregon. Maybe some snow getting in north of Prince George, but it's really going to be focused south of there. Some mountain snow in southern BC will of course be helpful for the snowpack there, which is probably near peak for the season, but this cool and moist pattern is going to keep it more of a slow melt out, at least into the beginning of April. And then the other big story is it looks like midweek we'll see a deepening low over starting in Colorado, and that'll track towards the Hudson Bay. Current models are showing it tracking through Minnesota and then into Western Ontario. That would produce a decent amount of snow for Winnipeg, but there's a chance that it tracks a little further west, which gets a little more warm air into Winnipeg, and that would put it right in the rain-snow transition zone instead of just snow. Of note, my dad, 2 hours southeast of Winnipeg there in Lake of the Woods area of Minnesota, saw temperatures down to minus 15 this week, which of course is quite a bit cooler than in Portland, where I'm enjoying cloudy skies, which is my favorite, and temperatures right around plus 15. So I will take my weather over his, and that's all I have today. So have a good one, everyone.
Let's talk a little comedy and meteorology. Welcome to the show with Joey Only and Frankie, Hilding, Olivier, Chris and Mark II, Brandon and Imogen, Stover and you. We got the Weather Center of Manitoba, guys. Everyone is here to talk about skies. All of us are weird, and a few are weird too. Maybe someday you can join our crew. It's the Comedeorological Report. Fires and tornadoes are knocking down your door. You've never seen a show like us before, so you'll turn us off, of course. Let's talk a little comedy and meteorology. Welcome to the show with Joey Only and Frankie, Hilding, Olivier, Chris and Mark II, Brandon and Imogen, Stover and you. Alright, Stover and you. There's our videos for the week, everybody.
By the fall of
And I got things playing. I'm trying to make them stop. Okay.
Hey,
Discombobulation.
Am I able to show you some of the newspaper articles that I got from researching, or can we do that next week?
Are we allowed to show newspaper? I would think so. Archives, Imogen?
It's best not to, just because it's unless we have explicit like written permission. We can read it, cite the source, but
Okay.
it's best to avoid actually putting it on the screen. What is the article?
It's about storms in Manitoba the last couple decades.
Oh, that's cool.
It's from Newspaper Archives website. I can give you guys more details about it for next week.
Awesome.
It'd be good if we could get some clarification on some of that stuff, like governmental weather data, if we can show that and whatnot. Anyways, we don't want to take up showtime or talk about that kind of stuff. So who's got something legit to talk about then? Talk about what the article's about if you want. That would be helpful, Mike.
Yeah, you can
just give me a minute. You guys can go ahead and
Okay. I got a good story for yesterday. So it's the Florida man story. You ready for this one? Florida man?
Oh, yes.
Florida man. All right. So Florida man shot a Florida man thinking he was a turkey when he was out hunting. So guy's out hunting. He accidentally shot the guy. Thought he was a turkey. The guy's okay. They thought he was a turkey, but
America.
Well,
Okay.
that
Weirdest things ever stolen? Remember when we were talking about stolen gumballs? People stole once 50 cast iron manhole covers down in Long Beach. People have stolen bridges. In the Czech Republic, a guy decided to plan a bold heist. A 10-ton steel bridge he stole. Another guy stole a 50-foot bridge in North Beaver Township, Pennsylvania. People stealing bridges. You think that's weird, though? People have even stole ski lift. The Czech police were called in 2012 to investigate the reports of a stolen ski lift that had gone missing. A ski lift. And again in the Czech Republic, another one. Several ski lifts have been stolen in the Czech Republic, of all places. So there you go. A glacier has been stolen before, but also so was dog poop. A Des Moines driver reported that someone had broken into their truck in an apparent attempt to steal the vehicle. No, wait. Guy tries to steal a truck, but he decides to steal what he can. And what he stole when he couldn't steal the truck. I better get the whole story on this one.
So in a museum in Missouri, in St. Louis there, they broke a world record this week. 355 people. And what did they do? They wore underwear on their heads. Ah!
That's just what you do in college or when you're 7.
Yeah.
This is standard college fare.
Oh, yes. Especially at a museum. Perfect place.
That's
people walking into the museum. Hey, what's going on here? Why does all these people have their underwear on their heads? Oh.
Right.
So in Des Moines, Iowa, a guy tries to steal a truck, but he fails, so he grabs a bag, trying to steal what he can, but the bag was dog poop. Hilding, this one's for you. In 1989, staff from the California Polytechnic University noticed a container with $10,000 worth of full frozen bull semen and embryos was missing. And in Alphen, Germany in 2022, 60 containers of this substance went missing again.
Hey,
No
Joe,
culprits have been found.
I'm showing you Charlotte Street in Sydney.
Okay, yeah, okay. So what? It's
I
pretty
have
dark.
something
Frankie.
interesting now.
Wait,
This is
no, 1 second. Frankie's showing us. Can you talk,
Okay.
Frankie, so that we can see you again?
Frankie, what are we looking at? What are you showing
The
us?
power's come back on.
Charlotte Street in Sydney. Here's Charlotte Street.
The power's come back on, Frankie.
Yeah.
So it's all fixed. The guy went driving into a pole, but now the power's back on.
On Nova Scotia power outage.
There you go. So everyone can get back to watching the Comedeorological Report in Nova Scotia. All your friends can tune in finally.
Some of the power is back on. Looks like they're getting some of the basic like emergency type stuff on, because all those buildings look dark, but you've got some street lights on, so they're starting. It's starting to come back online. This is great. Do you have a generator at home, Frankie, or candles? Frankie?
They got generated at home because if Fiona struck City, Nova Scotia on September 23rd and 24th, 2022, Storm Chaser Aaron J. Jack met me in person on September 23rd, 2022, out to Mayflower Mall.
I have a similar story, actually. You guys ever heard of Reed Timmer?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
of course. Yeah, Storm Chaser Reed Timmer.
Summer of 2012, my dad and I we follow weather a lot, so summer of 2012 was an active summer for us, and around June, I think it was early June, Reed Timmer said he was coming to Manitoba to watch for tornadoes and severe weather events. During that time frame, my dad and I thought, well, let's drive to Southwest Manitoba where they are. They're in Pilot Mound, and when we arrived in Pilot Mound, Reed Timmer had his Dominator vehicle, and that thing, to a 17-year-old kid like myself, I was as like mind blown. I was actually kind of like, this is the guy who does the storm chasing. This guy is awesome. So we had a little talk. He talked about what he does in the field and what kind of interesting stuff. So I ended up playing frisbee with him and a few of his friends. While we were waiting for storms. Storms didn't fire until we got home. We did follow a bunch of chasers, and they said things are going to get wild. You guys got to leave because we're not really responsible if any of you guys get hit by a tornado. This was June 9, 2012, Manitoba. But they had tornado tours there too, and they had a couple of other tornado tour vehicles. So it looked like it was going to hit, something big was going to happen there, but it didn't. I still got to meet Reed Timmer. That guy's amazing. One of my absolute number one role models. And for him to come to Manitoba, that says something, you know?
Oh, yes.
What's the weirdest thing you guys ever stole?
Oh,
Hailstone? Does that count?
That's good. I like that.
Some of those
Hailstone.
scientists can store hailstones in the freezer as the time
yes.
passes.
And then someone comes along and steals those hailstones.
So, Joey, what was the weirdest thing you stole? I don't think I've stolen anything.
They put it in secured archives, like the big hailstones, in the secured archives.
Oh, yes.
Could you ever sell hailstones for money? Or is that not possible?
It's not possible.
What's the weirdest thing you ever stole, Frankie?
Nothing.
That is weird.
I did steal I think it was like a newspaper or something was on the ground.
So you picked up garbage, is what you did. It doesn't count as theft. That counts as cleanup.
You guys are so bad.
I did as a kid think that gum underneath the table was free to eat. So
Oh.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's as bad. Was there ever a story about someone stealing a cow or an animal off a farm? Because I heard something like that in Alberta.
People steal cows. In the old days, they called them rustlers, cattle rustlers, and it was a hangable offense, eh, Hilding?
Yeah, we have a neighbor around here who we have to watch pretty closely. As the cows go missing, and they seem to end up at his place.
Watch out for them.
Over.
I'm gonna see if I can look up some funny news stories.
The Grassy Plains cattle rustler out there. His cows are jumping the fence, sleeping with Hilding's cows. It's just chaos out there in Grassy Plains. Chaos this week.
Can I show you one of the newspaper articles I found? It's about a tornado hitting Lake Winnipeg. It's one of the first articles I've seen of one happening over the lake.
I don't think we're allowed to show it on the TV broadcast. Is the thing.
This is from. Can I read it?
Want to?
Yes.
Yeah, read it.
It's from July 20th, 1998. Funnel cloud was spotted on Lake Winnipeg. Water spouts over water was spotted at Lake Winnipeg near Gimli, leaving cottagers wondering if they should run for cover or stick around and snap pictures. Daniel caught sight of the first large funnel cloud when he was lounging in front of his Spruce Bay cottage. There was a thunderstorm to the east, but blue sky overhead. The water was turning and just being raised. Apparently, sailboats in the air scattered when the clouds appeared. Meteorologists with Environment Canada said the phone started ringing about reports about water spouts about 4:30 p.m. on that day. Apparently it hit the southeast side of the lake and then petered out. But it looks to me like in the photo it looks like a wedge over water. So that's kind of rare for Manitoba, and I just thought it was interesting because the last one I remember was in 2015 over Lake Winnipeg. And it's interesting. I found a newspaper article of a cherry cheesecake from 1973, the recipe.
I'm looking at. There's been a lot of weird things stolen, is what I'm noticing. $2,000 worth of dried ginseng in Norfolk.
You guys can hear me though,
Ontario.
right?
I mean, like the list in Ontario alone is full of very weird things that people have stolen. People like to steal things. Have a look at the comment section tonight. Thank you to all the comments. Double the Brandon. People are laughing. Ginger Jerk is holding there. How are the cows? We talked about that. Bonjour. Frankie preaching truths. Yeah. Brandon overcoming computer madness. Thank you for the comments, everybody on the live stream. So if you ever do want to see us live and the chaos we do live stream usually starting around 6:30 on Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude, and we record this segment of the show and make a show out of it. And it was a little bit of fun tonight. That's a comedy plus meteorology, Comedeorology. You know, it's we're not. What did I say earlier? We're not trying to be Ryan Hall y'all around here. You know, we're not all clean cut. We're not even trying. Really, you know.
Oh.
Are you guys looking forward to the new Twister movie? Do you think there'll be any more cows in that movie?
There'll be a few. I think there will be a few. I predict a couple cows now.
What about Reed Timmer, Aaron J. Jack? They might see new Twister movie in Sac Hall. 3 different storm chasers.
Are you going to go see the new Twister, Frankie? Twisters?
The Twisters, that means Zach Hall, Aaron J. Jack, Reed Timmer, and the other storm chasers, and all tornado chasers will be seen, and hurricane chasers will be seen. And Mike Post, he's down in Antarctica right now. He's in Antarctic Research Station. He can't go see a new Twister movie because Mike Post is down in Antarctic Research Stations.
You can't go see that in Antarctica. Can't go see in Twisters or Godzilla -1. I still wasn't able to see it. I never got to see Godzilla -1.
And that guy Mike Post is down in Antarctic Research Station right now.
Basically, after they released that movie, they just said, here, we'll let you all see it for like a week, and now no one can see it again. Like, so I don't know what's happened in this movie. It just vanished.
If you want to follow me on social media, my blue sky is at Frankie MacD. My Linktree is Frankie McDonald. My Twitter is at Frankie MacD. My Facebook is Frankie McDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD 924. My TikTok is FrankDown924. My Clash is FrankDown924. My Twitch is FrankDown924. My Snapchat is Frankie AMCDON. My YouTube channel is Dogs Wolves, and my link is Frank Down. Best luck to you. I'm Frank Down. You're the Comedeorological Airport every Thursday night.
That's Frankie. I'm Joey Only up here in Wells, British Columbia. I didn't even introduce myself at the top of the show. That's how totally we're not trying around here. I'm just going to start a show, and who cares who I am? Who cares who I, that's...
Well, you guys can catch me on CKOW 95.9 on Tuesdays at 9. I do an electronic music radio show, high energy electronics. So if you're looking for something to energize you, feel good, puts you in a good mood too. So, and I always got some jokes and some weather segment in there too. So, yeah, I didn't introduce myself earlier. I'm Mike from Manitoba Weather Center in Manitoba. We got our new name. So,
I don't even know if I actually recorded. Oh no, we are recording the cloud. Good. Okay. Chaos tonight. Chaos. Just pandemonium. Dogs and cats.
Could you guys hear me okay tonight? I just want to make sure.
We can hear you just fine, Mike. Yeah.
Because I had problems.
So anyways, that's the show. Okay. So, 8 o'clock. That's the show. We tried our best this week. You can hear us on C for 88.7 FM, CKUW 95. I already got that. Yes. CKUW 95.9 FM, CFBX 925, and Kamloops. Thank you, Prince George. Thank you, Winnipeg. Thank you, Kamloops. Thank you, Rogers Television, for having us on the show this week. That is me with Frankie McDonald and Hilding Donaldson out there in Grassy Plains, British Columbia. Associate producer, Imogen Cookie Bailey down there in Victoria, British Columbia. Both Brandon Houks. We're here tonight. That was awesome. Good to see both of you tonight. Mark Engels did check in, our Portland meteorologist. He's a professional. And we had Mike from Weather Center in Manitoba. He's out there right now at Lake Manitoba in the palm trees and sun, enjoying the great weather in Manitoba. I think that's pretty much the show this week. Is it the show, Frankie? Is it
the show?
We get through? It's the show. We made it to the other side, everybody. Is that's the show, everybody? It's the show. Yes. You're all supposed to say it. That's the show.
Oh, that's
That's the
Hopefully
show.
By the way, 2 Brandons is better than 1. Just saying.
Yeah,
Two Brandons is better
that's
than
the show, both Brandons.
I got a couple weather jokes to end us off. You're all right with that?
That's the show. Guy hitting the telephone pole. That's the show.
For a ladder match.
Okay, that's
What do you
the
say,
show.
Brandon? Cage match or ladder match? Cage or ladder?
Imogen, Brandon, Instagram, stay on again.
Oh no.
What?
Has anyone noticed this on Facebook too? You go to post something and it's like you can't. You go to write.
That was last week for me.
The entire platform crashed last week. It kicked everyone out and a lot of resets happened. So a lot of your settings were reset to defaults, which a lot of people don't know. So while they think they're in stealth mode, they're very visible.
That's not the issue I'm having. The issue I'm having is I go to post an image and I do a little write up. I hit post, the image shows up with no write up. So then I'm like, oh, that sucks. The first 10 times. Edit, do the write up, hit post, no write up. It's just not there. And then I've had where I posted like no image, just writing, and hit post, and the post posted with no writing, just blank. Just
Can I show you guys what it looks like here for snow cover?
Absolutely.
You guys see anything?
Oh.
Sorta, I guess. There's a lot of reflection on the window, so I'm like seeing more of the inside of your house than really what's outside.
Yeah, there's not a lot of snow left. It's more ice build up than anything now.
That's the show. That was a quality episode, everybody, eh?
Oh yes. 2
I'm
Brandons
gonna
put
see
on
if
a
I can
show.
write a script for weather info next week. So I have that all set up, so I'm not stuttering and saying But I'm learning to do this. This is awesome. You guys have been literally like a crew that I want to be with for, I don't know, years. I wish I could be with you guys for years.
I need to eat food.
I made beef stew. Anybody want beef stew?
That would be awesome right about now. Yeah. I would just love to have someone cook food for me sometimes.
I got a couple of good stir fry recipes I can send them over to you, Joey.
I've made every stir fry known to exist.
Oh.
What I want is someone to make the stir fry so that I don't. You get it? that's
I'll
what
send my other Brandon over right away, that other guy. That was
perfect.
Do you have malls in your area? You can always order from like Famous Walk. Thai Express has it. There's a couple of other big Chinese restaurants. I don't know if Skip delivers all the way from Calgary from where you are.
Yeah, there's not much for malls in Wells. No, not really. No.
There's probably closest one is Prince George, isn't it? for you?
Oh, there's a sort of a mall in Quesnel, I guess. Like there's the
Kinda like a
South
strip
Side
mall?
Mall, which is abandoned. It's
Okay.
just full of people breaking in and sleeping in there and stuff.
Yeah.
I think mostly. But there's like another kind of a mall. It's like a sort of like a strip mall kind of thing downtown with the Sobeys and
Yeah.
it's not really, that's like an hour drive just to go to a not really a mall.
Mm.
And the thing is, that's why I'm here. An hour is
No, I
not
have
far
seen
enough.
some funny memes on Facebook. There's one where a guy ordered from a restaurant halfway across the country, and it said that his Uber was picking the food up, and it said that it would be there in 47 hours or something like that, halfway across the United States. I'm sure there's some people that have done that.
That's awesome.
That's a long time to wait.
Oh yes. What was the one I shared this week? Oh yes. It's the one with Kermit the Frog on it. That was funny. Oh yes. We yes. Not funny. We spring forward so hard we were back into winter. Brilliant. Just as brilliant as my two Brandons that were on.
Well, you know what? Think about it this way. The good thing is we're not 2013 where it was like minus 40, minus 50 until like March, April.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah, I read a story on that actually on the radio earlier today on the throwback story. It was back in 2013. Brandon, Manitoba had 77 centimeters of snow on the ground, and Winnipeg had 55, and Regina 107 this day in 2013.
Yeah,
Prairie
I think all
folks
that
were
was gone
fed
until
up.
about June or July. No, not
Oh,
July.
yeah.
It was gone at the end of April. There was still
Yep.
some left in May.
Yeah, and then that was the same year we had the flooding in Alberta. Yeah, 2013 June. The June floods there in Calgary, High River, and Canmore. Yeah.
It was coming out of a La Nina, going into another La Nina.
Oh yeah, that was La Nina. That was a tough La Nina that year, no doubt about that. And now we're going into another La Nina this year. So we'll see how that plays out. Probably not as strong as 2013 though, but it's the way it goes. Oh yes.
Well,
2024 December, January, February, we're at 1.8. So I guess by March, April, May, we should be down by 0.1, 0.2 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
June, July, August will probably be at -1 for. It's going to have a huge switch. Some places that are really dry are going to get really wet. Some places are really wet are going to get really dry. Another year of climate chaos. I'll take it.
I need to take some time and feed myself here.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for the total madness that's been our show tonight. Lots of fun.
Madness. Nothing but madness.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend.
I'll work on waiting. Because I got autism, I'll work on waiting until people are done talking before I talk, because I got an issue where I interrupt people, and that is not cool. I'm sorry that I did that.
There's a constant problem around here. You're not the only one. We all do it sometimes.
Frankie's pretty good at it too.
Oh yeah. Frankie will just cut you off and go if he wants.
Oh yeah. He'll do that.
on a totally
weather
different
joke
tangent.
before I go. Question: why was the evening weatherman so worried?
Oh,
he
why
was
is that?
afraid. He was afraid the new meteorologist would steal his thunder.
Ah. Okay.
Ah.